with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good evening, I'm Haley Potter. Thanks for joining us for tonight's edition of the Erie News NOWCAST. New tonight, Tyler Titus has declared victory in the Democratic race for Erie County Executive. Tyler Titus declared victory over Carl Anderson late this afternoon. Titus was leading all day, and as election office counted the remaining ballots, his lead continued to grow, with a lead of 208 votes when all the ballots were processed and scanned. If he prevails in the fall, Titus would be the first openly transgender person to win a county executive race in the entire nation. But he says it's really the voters who made his win historic.
We did put forward a county executive Democratic nominee who believes in health care for all, education for all, and who believes in fighting for working class families. I think that's the huge historic thing. We have a lot of money coming in right now, and the voters have said that they want new leadership to help elevate that. So I think the true history comes with what this momentum has shown we can do.
Tyler Titus will now face Republican nominee Brenton Davis in the fall, but Carl Anderson, who said his loss really stings, may not be out of it just yet. Already, he's considering a run as an independent and expects to decide in the next month. After last night's primary, we wanted to know what changes will be made in time for November's general election. According to Erie County Clerk of Elections Doug Smith, last night went well after they had to work out a few kinks when it came to people taking their ballots home instead of casting them. But he said before the general election, he wants to hire and train more poll workers.
Yesterday, I give us about a B or a B minus. Now, there's certainly some things that we're going to have to do better, but an awful lot of things went right. For the most part, we got all the results back in a timely way. Certainly our pre-canvassing effort, I think, once again, is very good, and we'll continue to refine that.
And what other changes can we expect in time for the general election? Well, our Elspeth Meisner will have those answers coming up on Erie News Now at 11 o'clock. Our region has vaccinated more than 138,000 people as of today. That translates out to be about more than 44% of the population. Erie has fully vaccinated more than 100,000 people. As of today, more than 4 million Pennsylvanians have been fully vaccinated against the coronavirus. For the latest COVID-19 facts and figures, you can always check out our website, erienewsnow.com. Wegmans and Tops have both dropped face covering requirements for fully vaccinated customers. That's according to both corporate websites. Both stores have policies in place that require partially vaccinated or unvaccinated customers to continue to wear a face mask until further notice. The change in guidance comes after the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention updated masking guidance for vaccinated Americans. An in-person visitation will resume at select state prisons. The Pennsylvania Department of Corrections says 5 state correctional institutions will allow visits, including SCI Cambridge Springs. On-site visits have been suspended since last March. State officials say a phased reopening will begin at other facilities around the state. In-person visits are set to resume at SCI Cambridge Springs on Monday, May 31st. Visits need to be scheduled at least 3 days in advance, and masks will be required. New tonight, Congressman Mike Kelly is asking for federal money to help bring a wartime ship to Presque Isle Bay. Kelly is requesting $500,000 for a dredging project, and that would allow for the ship to dock in Erie. Earlier this month, we first reported on Kelly's community project funding requests, also known as earmarks. If the funding is secured, the Perry-class frigate will be located near Dobbins Landing. Private groups are funding the project, but this federal money is key hurdle to bringing the ship home.
We just really believe that having something like that, an asset in our town that honors our veterans, is really valuable, and it's not going to be a taxpayer expense.
The dredging project is one of 10 Congressman Kelly has requested funding for this year's budget. Coming up tonight on Erie News Now at 11, I will have some local reaction to the ship coming here to Erie. New tonight, Northwest Pennsylvania Collegiate Academy is one of 3 national winners in a contest held by Samsung to find solutions to social justice using science, technology, engineering, and math. Students at Collegiate designed a voice-activated app that won the school $130,000 in technology and classroom supplies. With the app they've designed, you can turn your phone into a body camera or dash camera through voice recognition. These students worked tirelessly for weeks communicating with one another through Zooms, making sure everything was done on time and up to par. Collegiate Academy is one of 3 grand winners chosen out of 10 nationwide finalists. They've also been named the Samsung Employee Choice Award winner, which will grant $145,000 to Collegiate Academy in classroom supplies and Samsung technology.
We want everyone to feel safe in our community and hold people accountable for their actions. And this app is a driving force to help solve the problem that is happening here in Erie.
An outdoor classroom for preschoolers is in full bloom at the Barber National Institute. The Pre-K Counts is a hands-on learning area next to the Barber Institute on East 3rd Street. It offers 21 activity stations and areas for group learning. There are specific areas teaching science, technology, engineering, and math. The outdoor classroom expanded in the fall to maximize outdoor classes during the pandemic. It was a gorgeous day for an outdoor concert, and preschoolers at Lincoln Elementary were treated to an outdoor concert today. The Erie Philharmonic paid a visit this morning to entertain them. It was an excuse to get outside for both the kids and for Philharmonic, enjoying some great music in the sunshine. Thanks for joining us for the Erie News Nowcast. Join us for our next news at 10 p.m. on the CW and 11 p.m. on WICU and WSEE. Have a great night.